Welcome to another VeVe Digital Collectibles comic breakdown video. I'm Corey with VeVe, and the comic that we're talking about today from Marvel, Fantastic Four #2, was the first appearance for the SKRULLS. Before we talk about how the SKRULLS debuted as short and rather diminutive green aliens who were forced to turn into cows to hide themselves from humanity in this comic, let's go over the drop details. Fantastic Four #2 is scheduled for release on Thursday, August 3rd at 8 AM Pacific Time. Meaning 7.5K editions across the 5 rarities, this comic will have a retail price of 6.99 gems. Published on January 1st of 1962 and created by the legendary duo of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, Fantastic Four #2 placed Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four, against SKRULLS from outer space. And there's a lot to unpack with this comic in terms of the first appearance of the SKRULLS. And this comic starts off with the Fantastic Four committing a global crime spree. This crime spree would include the toppling of oil rigs, robbing banks, defacing statues, and switching the power off to an entire city. But not all is as it seems, because in actuality, these weren't the actions of the Fantastic Four, but alien Skrull invaders who shapeshifted into the forms of the hero team. Ultimately, this subterfuge would be discovered, the Fantastic Four would prevail, and the remaining captured Skrulls would be forced to turn themselves into cattle as a term of their surrender. Ben Grimm would state in the final panel, "I've got a feeling there's even worse trouble ahead." And Ben was right, the Skrulls would become a normal fixture in Marvel Comics, and their look and their abilities would change over time as well. Looking less diminutive and rudimentary as the years progressed, Skrulls became more and more fearsome in both ability and style. Perhaps more importantly, the Skrulls really opened the cosmic door for Marvel Comics. From the introduction of the Super Skrull a year later in Fantastic Four #18, to an ongoing plot to take over Earth that continued to be played out recently in the Marvel Comics Secret Invasion series, of which we have the first comic on VeVe, Skrull-based stories continue to deliver both on the pages and beyond. On screen, Skrulls have continued to steal the spotlight and take the bodies of many people's favorite heroes in the Marvel Studios Secret Invasion series, which you can watch on Disney+. But whether on screen or on the pages, the Skrulls got their start right here in the comic we're talking about today, Fantastic Four #2. And adding to that immense history are our VeVe-Exclusive rare and ultra rare covers. These two are coming from Will Sliney and Frankie Diamarta. Savvy collectors will remember these two teamed up to deliver the exclusive covers for NYX #3, which was the first appearance of X-23. Alright, let's look at all the covers releasing and touch on those edition numbers. First, the common classic covers, meaning 4,500 editions. I love this era of covers. We get to appreciate the early art of the Skrulls, who have been updated to be pretty fearsome in recent years. It's also wild to think people were pulling these right off the newsstands for 10 cents. Next, the uncommon vintage variant is meaning 1,687 editions. The Skrulls get the color selection on this one, which makes sense, as this is the first appearance comic for the species. Gotta wonder if readers of this time could have imagined that these Skrulls from outer space would become so popular they'd be featured in movies and television shows 61 years later. Our first VeVe-Exclusive is the rare hero variant, and it's meaning 750 editions. I absolutely love the concept for this cover. Will Sliney gives us a literal depiction of the Skrull Empire masquerading as the Fantastic Four logo. Conceptually a brilliant idea, as this is what the Skrulls did in this first appearance comic, and what they've continued to do ever since. Next, the ultra rare Vibranium variant is meaning 375 editions. Colors Frank Diamarta fills this cover out with a careful application of shadows, gradients, and hues. I like that they kept the original price placard and Fantastic Four title treatment. This is a solid mixture of classic and modern. Finally, the secret rare True Believer variant is meaning 188 editions. This secret rare cover is an interior sample, and here's the page and panel it's being sourced from, page 4, and it's a solid selection, as this is the first panel in the comic book and in history where we get to see what the Skrulls look like. It's a great way to honor the background and the source material. And that's a wrap for this breakdown video. The original comic, the physical one, has been out of my price range for quite some time, so it's really awesome to get an opportunity to snag one of these on VeVe. Best of luck if you decide to go for this one too, and until the next breakdown video, keep learning, sharing, and collecting what you love. This is Corey with VeVe, signing off.